Hi, it's kind of loud in here. My kids are playing, but I wanted to do a quick update. Charlie is 3 weeks old now, and I still hadn't done a labor and delivery story or anything. So I thought I would start out with that and then just do a little quick showing you her and everything. I went in on the 26th and had an ultrasound done, which was, I think, a Wednesday, because I was going to go into the doctor the next day. Sorry, it's so loud. I was going to go into the doctor the next day, and he said if I was dilated at all, he was going to go ahead and induce me. I went in the next day. Oh my goodness, my kids are so loud. Shelby, you gotta be quiet for a minute, okay? I went in that next day on the 27th. My appointment is at like 10:30. Well, went in, I was only a fingertip dilated, and he would stop sending home. And, Shelby, shh, you have to be quiet. Whisper. Whisper. Yeah, whisper. He was going to send me home, I could tell. But he went and he looked at the ultrasound and he said that I didn't hardly have any fluid. So he went ahead and sent me over. He said he didn't want her to grow any more than what she already had because there wasn't enough fluid around her. So he went ahead and sent me over. They started my Pitocin. Started a very, very low dose of Pitocin. And, go around that way. Go around that way. Because he didn't want me progressing very fast. Because I was Hep B positive. So they wanted to get the antibiotics in me before I actually had her. They like to have 3 to 4 bags of the penicillin in you before you deliver. That way the baby's got it too. So they turned the penicillin on, and I thought I was dying. They turned it on at the same time they turned the Pitocin on, and I honestly thought I was dying because my arms started feeling like there were needles all in it, and it was from the penicillin. So the next bag that they put in, I had them, or I told the nurse how bad it hurt, and she actually filled half the bag with saline and half the bag with penicillin so it wouldn't burn so bad. So that was kind of nice. So it went real slow until about, I don't know, 6 o'clock. 6 o'clock I finally finished the last bag of penicillin that they wanted me to have. They turned my Pitocin up. She went ahead and checked me. I was only at 3 centimeters at that point. Like I said, the Pitocin was so low. They wanted me doing something but didn't want me, like, going through labor, because last time they turned the Pitocin up with my second daughter, I had her in 3.5 hours from the time they started the Pitocin. So they didn't want that happening again, being that they wanted the antibiotics in me. At about, I don't know, that was about 6 something. They went ahead, let me finish out a couple more hours of the Pitocin. I was at 4.5, so I only went a centimeter at, that's wrong, it wasn't 6. It was about 8 o'clock, because I had only gotten to 4 by 10 o'clock, and that was 2 hours. He went ahead and broke my water at about 10:30. Barely anything came out. My mom said there was hardly any gush, so I guess I really didn't have much water. He broke it at 10:30. Contractions started getting really, really, really bad. Of course, I hadn't had an epidural or anything. Didn't want one. At 11 o'clock, they were terrible. My pubic bone felt like it was ripping apart. I thought I was dying. The nurse checked me. I was still only at 4, and she said, by this point I was crying because it was a really weird pain that I was having. It wasn't like the contractions that I had been having. So she told me, basically, she said, honey, there's no reason to go through this. You're going to be in labor for a few more hours. Why don't you get the epidural? What is the matter? What happened? Kids are fighting. Shelby, leave her alone. Hang on a second.